Welcome to Biosphere2, one of the 50 must-see wonders of the world according to Time Life books. Surrounded by 6,500 windows and 500 tons of stainless steel, 5 different ecosystems inhabit over 7 million square feet of raw space. Since 2007, the University of Arizona has taken advantage of the unique scientific environment Biosphere2 has to offer by studying climate change and water movement through soil in a controlled environment. On pace for well over 100,000 visitors for 2011, and only an hour north of campus, Biosphere2 is a jewel in the desert.
Biosphere2 has really had a number of different missions, but as of recent, the University of Arizona assumed management about 4 years ago this July. So science was the underlying factor as to why they got involved with Biosphere. The other aspects or other facilities inside, the rainforest, the ocean, we use them opportunistically. We're not looking to do large-scale modifications, but yet they provide a number of different opportunities to study, for example, droughts in a rainforest, or thermal tolerance of vegetation. In those biomes that we have inside, starting on the north end, is we have an equatorial rainforest, we have a subtropical savanna. Just down below, about a 40-foot cliff, you have a 1-million-gallon tank that supported, at one time, a Caribbean reef environment. As you continue to work your way south in the structure, we go through a transitional zone from the subtropical savanna to what we call a lower savanna, then a subtropical thorn scrub, and then finally on the far southern end, we have a coastal fog desert, where actually all of the major deserts that you find in North America are represented here by different plant species.
Right now we're standing in the equatorial rainforest, and this is located on the northern end of the structure. This is one of those 2 large pyramids that when you see a picture of Biosphere, it's very distinctive. And so from a science perspective, we've got a completely enclosed community here where we can manipulate and subject it to different types of changes and look at its response. And one of our primary goals is to be able to provide a translation of science to a non-scientific audience and let them know what we're doing here every day and how this relates to everyday life and why a tool like this is so incredible and so important to the scientific community.
Physicists have had accelerators, astronomers have these large telescope arrays, but earth scientists have really never had a large tool available to them to really start to tease apart and specifically address some of these critical questions. And so for the first time, we now have a tool at our disposal that we can start to get at some of these questions.